What is up, folks? Welcome back to the Wealthy Delivery Podcast. And today's guest is my homie from another mother. You know what I'm saying? Well, one person that lets me talk all my shit, literally all of it, and lets me get away with it. You know, this is why I love her. But today I have my baby sister, the youngest of the bunch, young Bree, something like KG Connors.
Why did I know you was gonna say that?
Hey, I will never forget that. Because it's the confidence you said it with when you told me. You was like, I'm something like So I asked you what kind of game you're like. What kind, you hooped like I hooped. I was like, who's your game similar to? And you was like, something like KG.
Something like KG, period.
And you know how I feel about KG. I know how you feel about KG.
Something like KG.
So I'm like, yo, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. What's good though?
Nothing, man. Same old working.
On that grind?
Period.
Hey, you still looking bright as ever, young yellow guy.
I know. I'm gonna get in the sun this summer because I am looking really yellow.
Yeah, you almost looking a little whitish, like.
People say that all the time, and I be getting really offended. like the little bitmojis.
Yeah.
He had like a little tan. It was a little darker than my real complexion, but somebody told me like, Brie, that's not you.
Oh.
I said, okay. So I made it a little lighter. They like, oh, that's it.
Okay.
It was one step away from being white, Devon. That's not okay.
Hey, listen. Just get that sun. You definitely hit that sun this summer. It's been a long winter. Niggas been indoors. Niggas can't get in too big a group. So you know what I'm saying? It's been rough.
But you know who our dad is. I don't like being outside. I like being in the house, watching TV.
Hey, you gotta do something, man. I can't. Hey, I got no other suggestions. The sun is the only way.
Hey. My father, I like being in the house.
Yeah. Luckily, see that nigga, he got the advantage. Like, he ain't gotta be in the sun. He don't need to be in nobody's sun. So he should be staying in the house. Nah, man. Thanks for coming rocking with me today. I know you're a busy woman. You know, you got the little ones, and I still think you're crazy. You know, anybody with more than one kid is crazy. It's wild to me.
Listen, tell me about it. It's hectic.
I look at you and Samantha, be like, listen.
Man, how many Samantha got? 3?
No, Samantha's got 2.
Oh, I'm about to say, man, so she in my boat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I be looking like, and it's two girls too, so it's like, ooh. See, that's what I ain't trying to mess around with that either. Like, I had Grayson, I got a boy. I don't need any girls. I don't need to take any more chances.
You're not gonna give him a sibling?
You got cousins?
That's not the same.
Hey, it's gonna have to do.
You gonna give him a sibling one day.
Listen, I'm like 1090.
It's bad, but it's not that bad.
Listen, I don't have the time. And the thing is, for me, honestly, it's just, I know how I am. And I, like, even already with him. And then I know as he gets older, if he does have a sibling, there's a point where I can't give them both the attention that I really want to give them because of the other, you know? It's a good balance. I'm sure, as a parent, you find a balance between the two, but like, yo, I just got to focus on this one. That means I ain't got to miss no games, no events, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm not completely against having another kid, but it's very, very, the chances are very, very minimal of, so. Plus, it's just that baby stage again, man. Like, that's
the worst.
Yeah, a lot of sleepless nights.
The bottles, oh my God.
Yeah, the changing of the diapers, like, that's,
That's definitely rough. Getting back used to waking up every 3 hours, and oh my God.
Yeah, like I'm already tired enough.
but and then after I had Layla, Lynn like stopped sleeping. Like when I tell you she would be up from like 2 in the afternoon to like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, she got that from us.
Man, I said, "Oh no, girl, you got to go to bed." And then as soon as she'll doze off, Layla will wake up, and then Lana wake right back up and want to kick it. And no,
oh yeah,
y'all tripping.
Yeah, y'all wild for that. I can't.
It was at that moment I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
This ain't for me. This ain't what I signed up for. You had them bad boys on that Drake, that back to back.
Man,
you're a trooper.
Man, listen. I wasn't expecting it.
Hey, they're here now. They're beautiful. Lynn be on her thug shit, and I love it.
Period.
So I don't know, man. Let's just talk about. Let's. I got a few questions for you, but before we dig into those questions, just want to like talk about our relationship a little bit. You know, like we've always been pretty close. I would say, from you know, I changed. Speaking of changing diapers, I mean, I changed your diapers a few times. So
that might be up for debate. We might have to ask some questions.
That's definitely not up for debate. Like that is a fact. Listen. I know whose diapers I changed because when you were born, I'm like, I'm like, shit, I gotta change diapers now. We're all at that age, you know, niggas are like trying to put responsibility on somebody. Like I had you, like, hey, you ain't my kid, but you were, you know.
If you bring that up to him, I swear to God, he gonna have so much to say. Like, I ain't never made you do, you know, Dad gonna go down.
Bro, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty confident we all were changing your diaper. I don't know if Danielle was, but she could have been. But definitely me and Kev definitely changed your diaper.
Oh.
So, yeah, you were definitely the young came at an age like, yo, we got another one coming. This house, can we fit here? Is there room?
Not can we fit.
No, but it's dope. And like, you know, growing up, man, you a little Brie, and you're a grown ass woman now. It's just crazy sometimes when you sit and think about it. It makes you realize how old I'm getting too. So, you know, but I'm still nice, so I don't care about getting old. But I was thinking, you know, we'd be in the group chat, we'd be going, and I was thinking about when you were talking about you found out I was your brother. That.
I don't know why I just remember that like it was yesterday, but I always that's something I'll never forget.
And like, cause I almost remember you asking me that question, like I remember that moment. It was just like, for you, you know, cause you're still just the young sibling, and I'm like, yo, I see you all, it's like, I change your diaper. And you're like, I wear my socks halfway on, halfway off. When I'm getting tired, that's like when I'm getting sleepy, and you see my socks like that, that means like, yo, either sleep or a nap is around the corner. So once these socks come off, it's over. And then I just remember he'd be like, my dad wears his socks like that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, your dad is my dad. Like, get out of here. Like, shoot fly.
Yeah,
like,
my whole world just flipped upside down. Like, what?
So, apparently you just thought it was one of Kev's friends just coming to the crib all the time.
All the time.
And here you find out I'm your brother.
Whole sibling.
Small world.
Whole sibling. What? I look at you like, huh?
But I just remember too, you know, you love hoop as much as I did. And, you know, my thing was going out and shooting on the basketball court every day, all day. Like, that was just my thing. Like, summertime, wake up, maybe eat something, then I'm out there and get a few shots.
Raggedy hoop.
So that raggedy rim. We had that rim literally. I mean, I used to whoop Kev's ass in one-on-one on a regular basis as a little kid. Like, at least, what was that? At least from 4th grade. Like, I remember having that hoop. So me and Kev used to do dumb shit too, like play like 100. Like, that's how poor, like.
The light for 2 kids, you hear it?
Yeah.
There goes the piece.
Hey, go grab him. Hey, girl. Look at that hair, boy.
Hey, Layla.
Look at that hair, girl. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you such a beautiful baby. But yeah, I used to whoop Kev's ass on a constant basis back there because Kev obviously is not a hooper, but he could hoop a little bit. Usually, I give you more credit than you probably give himself. Yeah, especially at that age.
He's an athlete. He was a football guy. You know when the football guys try to hoop, they can hoop. They just football guys.
Right. Kev wasn't that bad though. It was funny though. One of the last, like he came up here once a few years ago. I took him to go hoop, in the open run with me, and he did all right, man. You can tell he definitely didn't even have basketball shoes, but he was out there. I appreciate him getting out there and just doing his thing, man. He wasn't like going crazy, but that's why I call him Jared Dudley all the time. It's like he just got out there, give you 5 hard fouls, and maybe if you're lucky, you might get a 3. So, but shout out Kev. He came out there and hoop. But nah, man, that's my dude. But yeah, like I used to go out there and shoot, and not too shortly after, here come little Bree with the glasses, her little nerdy self, come out there and get her shots up too.
Bro, do you remember like you always wanted me to play in goggles?
Bro, you should have brought the Horace Grants, bro. You should have got the Horace Grants. It would have been fire. You would have been killing.
There's nobody putting them goggles on.
Bro, you could have been like, the goggles for you could have been like the James Harden beard.
You think so?
Yes, bro. People were like, whole Canton wanted to fuck with you. Like, yo, that girl with the goggles, nigga. She it.
I don't think that's who I wanted to be, the girl with the goggles.
But they know that girl with the goggles would have been a threat. They know, hey, y'all playing that girl with the goggles, y'all better bring your A game.
Period.
Because she's something like KG. All right, man. But let me go ahead and I've really been trying to get like a lot of family members on this podcast too, to kind of promote my book. I'm finishing up my newest book, Nepotism for Dinner. Nepotism, it comes to like the family. And so family has always been important to me. So it's important for me to have my family members and people I'm just really close to on this podcast. So with that being said, getting into books, I know it's kind of hard with the youngins, man, but I've been working so much. But have you been reading anything lately? Any books or anything that's kind of been on your desk or anything like that?
I did buy this book off Amazon. I don't even remember the name of it. I had seen it on like TikTok. This girl was doing a book review. I don't know if you had seen like my status. You've seen my status a while ago when I asked about some good books.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really get any good answers.
Listen, I got plenty of good. I got plenty of good books. I'm a nerd for that.
So I found some on TikTok, and it's just like basically your basic old mystery story. Like the kid disappeared, and they think the family friend took her. Like just little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff I watch on TV, basically.
Right. Yeah. The murder mystery type. Women love that stuff too. Y'all weird. Y'all be trying to like plot and scheme on niggas. So.
It's interesting. Like that doesn't
just... That's why you and Chantel mess with old girl Bailey Sarian.
Yes, murder mystery Monday.
Something like that.
Yeah, she's it. I love her.
They do be entertaining. I ain't gonna front. Like I'll watch a few myself. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, that stuff is always interesting. But I like that also goes into like why I like. I mean, we grew up watching scary movies all the time, or like some kind of suspense or thriller movies. So that's just kind of our forte for real. Once again, like I said, I know it's especially with the babies at that age, probably pretty hard to find some you time. But whatever little you time you get, you try to take advantage of it. So, what makes you kind of feel really inspired or like your best version of yourself? What makes you feel like Bree? Like that moment you felt when you said you were something like KG. What make you feel like that?
Honestly, recently this moment here, like I was really low a few months ago, living with my friend, didn't have a job, didn't feel like myself at all. Now I'm have a good job, making good money, moved into my own house. Now I kind of feel like lately.
I just
Yeah,
coming back to life a little bit. You getting things where you,
yes.
yeah.
Everybody does it for a minute, but you gotta.
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, I'm still like, even myself. Like, I mean, but that's why I even do this. Like, this is. I feel like as an adult, especially, I'll be 32.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, right? 32 in February. So it's like, I don't know. With you being, your age, and this couldn't even be like, I don't know, you can take it as advice or not. But I realized in my 20s, I spent so much time doing things that I didn't want to do. Like, and not even the sense of just like, hanging out here or doing like, just even like with my life and career. I just thought, because we're so groomed to do what we think we're supposed to do from, just outside influence, whether it be, our elders, teachers, parents, whatever it may be. It's like, but once you really find out what you love to do, it's like you kind of figure out, all right, well, I can do this. Especially the way the world's going and the way the world is changing. Like I have a podcast now. I have books. Like, I don't need to go spend 40 hours a week at some job I really don't care about. So it's like, but what I did 5 years ago before then that got me that job is like the reason I have that job. So like when I was doing this stuff now, it's like what I'm doing now is going to give me what I want, whether it be 5 years from now or whatever it may be. But it's like, once you realize, you spend so much time doing things based off the influence of others, it's like, yo, I'm not at 32 with my own kid. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing. Like, I know what I want to do, and this is how I'm gonna do it, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So I think that's a very, very, very something deep you can keep in mind, especially. But I feel like you kind of figured that out as well too, even at a younger age. I think girls just kind of pick up on that thing a little bit quicker than guys do anyway. You know what I mean? I think we're always figuring ourselves out, but like, I feel like it's just a little bit, more mature. Girls are more mature in that sense. But I mean, I'm never gonna grow up, so, no, you couldn't pay me to grow up. This not being that long ago, what would you tell, if you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
A lot. Actually.
Have a nice sit down.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely tell myself a lot. Maybe before you go into school, like college, really look at what you want to do. Because when I first went to school, I really just listened to what I knew what I wanted to do. I always know what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be on ESPN. That's what I want to do. But I kind of didn't really look at what the careers and the degrees in that career would match with.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I need a communications degree. I mean, you really don't need that. And when I started taking communications classes, it was like, this isn't even what I want to do. Like this, they're not talking about anything that I'm trying to do. Then when I ended up switching my major to sports management, I'm taking news, sports media classes and all types of different stuff. And I'm like, well, dang, I wasted 3 years of college already. These are the classes that I need right here.
Yeah.
So I would definitely tell myself to look deeper before just jumping into school. Look for red flags in people in relationships. I think that's it. I think that's the big two.
That's all. I mean, that's all you really need. I feel like that'll take you so much further just with those two right there. In this new book, I kind of attack college and just the school system and like overall, like in the way it's structured, because it's not. I don't think it's structured for us to be individuals and succeed in the way we really want to. So I really dig deep into that in this new book. So that's why I can't wait to get it finished up here. I had a friend. He said he put it perfectly. He was like, "This is a friend I went to college with," and he was like, he came back. I think he lives in Cali now, and I came back to visit one time, and we were talking. He was like, "Man, college is so stupid." He was like, "They should make kids, instead of pushing them into college right after high school, they should make you go out and like work and then come back to like college when you're like 22 or 23, so you really actually know what you want to do, versus like making this decision and coughing up all this money before, right out 18." And I was like, yeah, that's the most sense I've ever heard anybody make of college and how it's ran. But yeah, so this new book, I can't, like I said, when it's almost finished here, I'm just going through some final editing. But I get you a copy. I think you'll be interested, because I just figured out I'm a writer, like, and that's why I write books now. Like, I'm just gonna write books and do my podcast, and my income will come from my books and other things. And also have like a coaching program where I coach other people how to write their books and things like that. But it's like this whole time I knew how to write well, like since probably third or fourth grade. Like as soon as I learned how to write a paragraph. But the thing is, it was a formula I followed when I wrote. And like I used this same formula from elementary school all the way to college. And I always got good grades, or like, I tell you, there's 3 times I knew I was a good writer. And this is a story I tell in the book, but I'll tell it to you here since I got you here. So the first time was, I think in 10th grade, when we took did you have to take the OGT?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So our class, like the class of 2007, our class was the first class to take the OGT. So like that was, I forget what it was before then, but so our grade, in the 10th grade, we were the first to take it. And they did reading, writing, math, science, and history. And I just remember, and like teachers were making a big deal about this. Students were like, "Oh my gosh, so OGT, so you gotta be prepared." And so, me, I'm like, whatever, I already got good grades. I'm smart. I don't really care. Like, I do schoolwork every day. I should be able to pass a test on what you guys teach us. But so I end up passing all 5 parts, like on the first try, which I don't think a lot of people did, like in our grade the first time it was taken. But I just remember looking at my scores, and I remember when it came to the writing, I got advanced. I was like marked as advanced writer. And so like that's like the first clue. And I use the same formula that I use. It was like a 5-step formula. Like as soon as I learned how to write paragraphs, I had my opening sentence, I had my 3 supporting facts, and then I had my closing sentence. That's it. I would do that. I would use that every time I wrote. And then I did the same thing when it came to the paragraphs, when I had all right, we'll write a page. All right, I have my opening paragraph, I have my 3 supporting paragraphs, and then I have my closing paragraph filled with those opening sentence, supporting facts, closing sentence, all written the same way. And literally, I always got good grades, and this what made me the same answers I wrote on the OGT, the same formula is what got me advanced writing. So that same 10th grade year, I remember like my English class or writing class, and we're signing up to take our next classes. There are classes for the next year, and I circled like the next class up, and my teacher's like, no, she like erased it. And she's like, no, you're taking advanced writing. And I'm like, all right. so because obviously I was a good writer, she graded my homework. And then there was another time when I went to take the ACT, and my counselors pushed me into doing, like, the writing portion was optional. But my counselors and teachers were like, no, you should definitely do the writing portion. But like, so the thing that upsets me when it comes to that, and I'm not upset at the teachers or anything, like they're trying to push me to be a better writer. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, what are they pushing me to? Are they pushing me to be a better writer so I can go to college and spend money on college to do more writing so I can get judged by more people, so more people can grade my papers, just so I can get a job as a writer working at some I don't know, magazine place where they pay me $60K a year and I'm still struggling to pay back these student loans. Or I could, like, why didn't one of those teachers or one of those people who graded my test or those people at the OGT committee go, hey, this dude's an advanced writer. He clearly knows how to write. He should write a book. Like, why did, and that's like that, it makes my mind wonder, why didn't no teacher ever suggest writing a book? But like, I've met tons, like writing a book is one of the easiest ways to create a passive income. Because I can write it and I can sell it over and over again, and I only have to write it once. But me, I'm writing books every year now. And I write a book every year for Grayson's birthday. So the thing is, like, why did no teacher ever tell me to write a book? They could have saved me a lot of time, like, if your goal is to get a job and learn a skill to make money, I could have wrote a book in high school. You know what I mean? And that could have paid for college. Like, that's not their job to see that because they're not groomed that way. But like, when I became an entrepreneur, this is kind of how I thought. And then every entrepreneur I know, they're like, hey, yo, you should write a book. So it's like, that's why I'm really against like the school system. I mean, there's other reasons too, but that's like the main thing that applies to me that sticks out. Like, why didn't none of these people, why didn't they tell my parents that, hey, your son should write a book? You know what I mean? I'm already a good writer. Why make me, because now you're pushing me into hating the skill. If you're making me take classes and keep writing for more, just for writing for a grade, now you're making me hate it. Versus me writing a book that I can sell and make money from and enjoy it. But that's kind of like, but I dig deep into the book, so I'm not gonna go too much. But that's kind of how I look at it. Just wanted to give you the foresight.
I definitely think because it's, society's norm. They want everybody to go get that little piece of paper. So
Yeah.
Great reason. But I definitely understand because I used to love to write too until I went to school. And then now it's like I'm writing about stuff that I'm not about to read.
Yeah, stuff you don't care about.
Like
What's the same with books for me? Like, even with books, like, if I was reading these books like in school, and I would have been I loved reading. I would have loved reading if they were giving me this, but they're making me read this crap and like that I'm not interested in, has nothing to do with me. Probably some white people that own slaves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is this supposed to engage me? So, but when I start reading books on like entrepreneurship and personal development and growth, I'm like, yo, this is where this is more interesting to me. So that even what made me start loving to read again. So like, I feel like school really just takes something you love and kind of crushes it because it's not delivered to you in the right way. And then now you have to go get some job to just make ends meet. It's like, yo, it's just a trap that I don't want Grayson to fall into. Because I think he's just too smart. He's just too bright of a kid I will never let that happen to him. I don't care. Like, I think about all the times I got bad grades, which wasn't very often, but usually when I did, it was because I was super bored. It had nothing to do with like the information or the knowledge. It's like, yo, I'm just bored with this stuff. So I don't want that to be for Grayson. So like, a lot of his education is going to come from me. Not even, there's the basic stuff you need to learn, but like, far as like, the lived life he wants, I plan a lot of information to come from me. But the only way I can do that is by doing it myself as well. Like, so, yes, school sucks.
It
does. So, what would you say would be the best tip for making the world a better place?
If everybody just minded their business, and I don't want to say just really, if everybody just minded their business, that's it. Yeah. Like the whole, it hasn't been as big lately, but like, you can't forget when the big social media Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter thing, like, why won't y'all just mind your business and just let Black Lives Matter? Like, why do you have to do that? Like, just mind your business.
Just mind your business. Like, yeah, people are miserable. That's why. Like, people like that even like, I look at people like when I used to be at work, and I would hear like some of the things people would talk about, And I'll be like, yo, this is the most interesting. Like, it'll be little stuff at work that's like, I would say like drama and stuff. I'm like, yo, this is probably the most interesting part of your day. Like in my head, I'm like, damn, this is like really, this is the high. Like people are talking like something's going on at work. You know, they're making like a big deal about it. Like, I'm like, listen, man, there's black people being killed every day. Like, I'm not. This is a small problem compared to what's really going on in the world. I'm not worried about this misplaced item or like I got bigger fish to fry. I gotta drive home and hope a cop don't pull me over. Like I'm not worried about this work problem stuff.
Like people are truly miserable. That's it. Like everybody just would stop being so miserable, the world would definitely be a better place.
Sure.
Like and honestly, like I love it, but man, social media is just awful. Like it can be a blessing and just so bad at the same time.
Here's the trick though to that. You gotta filter it. Because it's all about who you follow, and that some people, social media is a tool for one. And the thing I learned about tools is the same thing I learned about skills. Like tools and skills have it's no good or bad skills. Like it's just how people use them. So like a person can use, let's just say like I learned to fight. Say I went and learned karate. Like I can use that karate to like protect people or like self-defense, or I can use that karate to go bully somebody. You know what I mean? And I kind of look at the social media the same way. And like a lot of people I follow a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people like that. So like on my feed, there's a lot of like positive, resourceful things being said. But like if you're just following like, you know, people, friends from high school and stuff like that, it's kind of like you realize they're not really talking about anything. So I think I really try to filter myself when it comes to social media. And I think they're just different platforms are used for different things. Like Facebook is more like family for me, and like, but you know, when on Instagram, it's more like I use that for more like business. And so like on my wealth delivery page, like I don't follow any BS. I only follow entrepreneurs. So now when I go down my feed on that account, all I see is like positive stuff. But it's the same with like I say, if you really want to know what you pay attention to, go to your YouTube channel and go to your home page. Like your social media will tell you exactly what you like. So when I go on my YouTube page, there's motivational content, there's meditation, and then there's like and there's just like entrepreneur stuff. Like those are the main three things my YouTube homepage shows me. But that's kind of like just the way I pay attention to like what I'm putting into my brain as well. Because like we just put so much junk in our brains subconsciously, and it just like is not good. And especially if you're just following people who are on that BS, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Just miserable.
Yeah, there's a lot of miserable people out there. If you had, let's take your dream project. You had all the resources you need, you had all the money, you had all the access to the right people, and you had this chance to do this project, what would it be?
Definitely go back to my Breeze Hoops. Loved it.
You know, bring just the blog. I think you need to bring it back. I know it's hard to find time, but I think you need to really, if you can carve out some time and like throughout the day or throughout the week and really bring that back, I think it'd be fire.
Definitely. That's something I would definitely do. That's up. I love it. And every time people see me out, they always ask, "Where are you still doing this?" And I'm like, "Look, y'all, I'm stressed. I have whole parents,
2 times,
two kids. I don't be having the time, but I'm definitely gonna find the time to get back to that."
I think the trick is you gotta find a way to make it simple. So like, even whether it's, you definitely gotta carve out the time, even if it's like 30 minutes. Like, could you take 30 minutes? Just say you took, because you say, Dad, you just got you a new mic.
Mm-hmm.
Say you said you took 30 minutes and just talked about basketball or whatever, like to a camera. You can literally strip that audio and put it into like, you know, a podcast format, or just even have it, what do they call that? Typed out and then that's your blog post right there. So like it's just fine. It's really finding how to find out what you love to do and make it simple and repeatable. But I definitely think I highly recommend. We can talk about some stuff off the camera that I can give you some tips and stuff on too if you really want to. But I think it's all about making what you like to do very simple. So, but Bree Hoops is much needed because the NBA's back and
it is.
It's lit. Your boy KD is back.
He is back in action, y'all.
And he's an assassin.
Man, he was missed.
Yeah, him and Kyrie, man. I hate that Dinwiddie got hurt. You see Dinwiddie out?
I did see he was out.
Yeah. But I mean, LeVert got to kill it.
Who was just playing last night that was out here whooping on people?
Bucks.
Bucks just whooped on you last
night.
Yeah,
they whooped up on the Heat.
Yeah, that was on at work. I was like, dang.
Yeah, it's been some blowouts. I was talking to Chris, my mom dude, and he was like, somebody gonna get 200 points this season. He says it's only a matter of time. He's like, one of these teams is gonna get 200 points during the game. And I'm like, you might be right, man. Like, people be putting up points. One of these teams gonna be like, yo, I'm out here. These cats, they hit 29 threes last night.
I heard.
That's crazy. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Bree Hoops, though, bring it back. I'm pulling for Bree Hoops. If you could have dinner with any 4 people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Kobe, KG, Michael Jordan. Who was the last one? And Kevin Durant.
So, get a whole hoop team.
The whole hoop squad.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting dinner.
That is it. That's all I want to see. That's what those are all I want to talk to.
Kobe was definitely up there. Mine was Kobe. Mine has been the same for a long time now. Kobe, Nip, Bruce Lee, and Muhammad Ali. Those are my 4 right now. I don't think that's going to change for a minute.
Nip.
Yeah, Nip was my dude, man. That was really a heartbreaking loss. I mean, him and Kobe, like, and I'm sure if I was around when Bruce Lee went out, I'm sure that probably would have hit me too. But Bruce Lee was already gone before I was here. So, but I don't know, that Kobe and Nip hit different.
Yeah, that Kobe was definitely crazy.
Yeah, I'm still some days I still try to wrap my head around it. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Like when I see pictures and stuff, or I hear people just talking about him, like, bro.
Like, hey, no, he's supposed to be here.
Yeah, that's like too crazy. It's too crazy. It's too crazy to be real.
Yeah, it's nuts. What superpower do you feel you have? So obviously not like a real superpower, but just like something that you just feel like you're really good at. It could be even just being a mom.
I mean, first of all, I think that is definitely a superpower that I have gotten because Lord knows I was terrified because I didn't like kids. I did not like kids. But no, I think I can really feel like I can tell when somebody, I don't know how I want to word this. Like, I know what's happening before you even tell me what's happening. Like, people love to sugarcoat.
Yeah.
But I can get the vibes.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, funny story. Here go a little story. So I was talking to this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just getting the vibes that and he had 2 kids just like me, whatever. That's cool. I feel like with 2 kids, I can't not look at people with kids anymore. So I accepted the fact that he had 2 kids. So I was just getting real, he lived with his baby mom vibes. And look, what happened? He lived with his baby. Sir, I'm like, I'm not even mad because I already knew. I was just waiting for you to say something. I already knew, sir.
So he's trying to talk to you?
Yeah, like.
They're trying to find some new situation, man. Trying to find something that's inspiring.
Not when you live with your baby mama. That's not how that go. Wrong one. Like I can just feel it. Like I might trip out or I might overreact, but it's always a good reason because I'm always right at the end of the day.
You gotta trust your instinct. You gotta trust. I think that's just a thing in life. If you have an instinct, you gotta go with that.
Definitely.
And I think that's something I've done, and I think the older I get, even if the instinct is wrong, I'm still willing to live with the consequences of being wrong. Like I don't care. Like I gotta go with my gut. Look at her.
Moving the most. Like go to sleep. Like this.
All right. With that being said, what superpower do you wish you had? Like a real superpower?
Probably. I kind of want speed.
Speed?
Definitely wish I could do things a lot faster. Cause like if I could just dart to like the store real quick and be back, like I don't gotta get nobody dressed. They don't even know I left them at the house because boom, I'm right back.
I like that.
Real life, giving me very much dude off the Incredibles. Whenever he put the tack on the seat, he was like, "Did you see it?" No, like y'all don't know I left them here. Like,
and it's funny when you say super speed because like that's the first thing I think of too, like that little kid. Because like I have one, but super speed is like in my top 3 because always like I just remember when he was like at the end of the first one where there was like he was in the race. Was that the end where he was
on the track?
Yeah, and it was like, oh, not that fast. Like I would use it like that. I was like, I would still be super fast and burning everybody, but I wouldn't be like I wouldn't go full out, just fast enough to be like, yeah, just to win. But like I wouldn't just like be dusting these cats all the time. You know what I mean? But in my own time, I'd be like, yo, I'm fast as shit. But like I think that's how I think I would use that power. But no, my favorite one, ever since I saw this is like the one and only from Doctor Strange, where he was sleeping and he was reading still. Like his body was sleeping, but he's like in the realm world. He had the books and he was reading and studying. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, you know how much you know how much I can learn like while I'm sleeping? And the boy liked to sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I could do that, that would be big lit. So ever since I saw that, like, I was like, yo, that's the superpower I want.
Ooh, that kind of made me want to watch the Avengers.
Great movie.
I like it.
R.I.P. Chadwick.
Definitely.
Another loss that I guess shocked the world.
Definitely.
All right, this one I got. This is a good question. Where'd she go? You better check. She ain't like.
I know, right? Hey, what are you doing?
All right. You probably already answered this low key, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What is the most important lesson you've learned in your life? What was it like before you learned this lesson? And what has it been like since you learned this lesson?
Well, probably the most important lesson is them red flags. Pay attention to those red flags. And learn to let go. Man, life be so much better when you let go. You just feel
that weight off the shoulders, like.
Yes, like you just feel great. I feel like I've learned a lot from that. Like I don't know. I feel like a whole different type of person. It's just kids, man. I don't even know how.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like, and I think that's a super tough thing for people to do. It's just like, man, just let it go. Just like
once you learn, like your happiness is so much more important. Like, you may think at the moment that, oh, so and so makes you happy or whatever. No, it's not a real happy. A real happy is like when you're happy because of you.
Yeah. Right. And I think a lot of people don't really take the time to figure out what that is. Like, and I think, I mean, it could just be having kids. Like, once I had Grayson, I was like, yo, what makes me happy? Like, what? I think, yeah, I really just sat down, especially like I was, Grace, when I have Grace, I was like, 28 or so. So when I had him, I was almost 30. But like, you talk about 30 years, that's a long time. But like, we're so in like automatic mode. Like, we're just, we're such in a rhythm of life that we don't even just sit time to think like, yo, what do I really want? What do I really, and I think once you figure that out, and that's what happened to me, like I even have, like, I have my, this is like my wealth manual. This is like my perfect life.
You got a thirst trapping? That's like a real thirst.
Well, it is a thirst trap. But so what? Like, the inside is really a thirst trap, boy. But that's just the picture of me when I was like at the perfect weight that I like to be at. Like, that's my ideal weight. That's the ideal look. So, but I have like my goals in here, and then I have like my perfect day, and I have all like these different pictures and stuff, like where I want to live. And I like look at this. But once I was able to like map this out, I was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna build a life around this instead. Instead of just like, these are the things I want. These are the reasons that I want it. So, yeah, it's like once you sometimes I think as humans, we just had to really sit and like, all right, what do I really want? You know what I mean? Not what do my parents want? What do my boyfriend or girlfriend want? What do I want? And then I think you slowly kind of just realize your life starts to formulate around what you really want if you really put in those actions to do it.
Once you do that, you realize some people can't come.
That is a tough thing to swallow too. Like, everybody's not gonna be able to go with you. But it's like, you're gonna lose some people along the way. But the thing is, you're gonna lose some people even if you don't try to go for what you want. So I'd rather just go for what I want and just lose the people I'm gonna lose. Because I was gonna lose some people anyway. You know what I'm saying, girl? You know what I'm saying, Layla? Oh man. But yeah, that's real though. That's real. Well, Bree, that's all the questions I have for you, man. I really appreciate you taking the time. Come fuck with your boy. You already know. Always an open invite. So if you already just want to come on here and talk some shit, I know you let me blow up your phone and talk shit anytime I want, but feel free to come on this podcast if you just feel like talking some shit and just let it out here. This platform is yours too. You know what I'm saying? Nothing off the table. You can curse. This is my platform. Can't nobody tell me shit. I'm like LeVar Ball in this bitch.
Oh my God.
I love me some LeVar Ball. Hey, but no, like, yeah, for real though, like, just feel like, hey, I got some shit on my chest, or I've been thinking about something, I just want to talk about it. Bring it up here, man. The world could probably use it.
I also did mean to talk to you about that and him. Shouts out to him, because even though he didn't stay long, all his kids were in the NBA.
It is funny, man. While we're here, I gave my friend group chat some shit. Like, they were like, because the thing is, I just remember when they were slandering him, and I'm like, because he was like, I'm like, first of all, that's what a dad's supposed to do. One, like, I'm like, people tripping on LeVar Ball. Like, if any of us was pro at anything, how do you think our dad would be? You know what I mean? If you ask dad right now, like, hey dad, you think I can go pro? He'd probably be like, hell yeah. Like, right now, like, I have no chance of going pro. And he would probably still say hell yeah. But it's like, but the thing is, like, people try to downplay you for having vision or having a goal, or like call you crazy. And it's only crazy until it happens. So like, a fool 3, 4, 5 years later is when all his sons made it to the league. People, oh man, shout out LeVar, man. I'm like, no. Keep that same energy when y'all was hating on my man, calling him crazy because he trying to grow a brand for his kids. Like, don't hop on now. That LeVar train, we took off already. Hey, you know I was on that LeVar Ball train. I'm like, yo, he it. That's my guy, man. He's no slander to LeVar Ball. Shout out LeVar Ball. But yeah. But I was just teasing him a bit. I was like, nah, y'all can't get on this.
You always own that. Let people might say stuff and then we apologize for it. You don't ever want to accept people's apology. Like, you still don't accept my apology for me talking about Melo.
I don't accept it. I know. The thing is, I don't think you did the right way. I don't. You know what? Here's your chance right now to apologize to Carmelo Anthony. The thing is, because people want to watch it. I'm like, y'all letting the media tell y'all Melo trash. I'm like, y'all been watching Melo. He ain't trash. He's not the problem in Houston.
In my defense, for the 1,000th time, I never said he was trash. I just said what I say. He has bad juju.
I think that's BS. I don't think it was bad juju.
He got bad juju, just like you think Chris Paul is a bad teammate. I think he got bad juju.
I don't really think Chris Paul a bad teammate.
I think he low-key a good teammate because didn't they just whoop on somebody last night too?
Probably. The thing is,
he was even over there.
My thing was more just towards Kev. I was just giving Kev. I just had this running thing with Kev when saying I was just saying he wasn't it in Houston. I like this ain't the answer.
This ain't the answer.
Yeah.
I don't think anything is the answer in Houston. James Harden is trying to get up through.
James Harden is trying to get up on through, but truthfully, they still got a nice squad if he buy in. But the thing is, the problem in Houston, I still don't think it's James Harden. I just thought it was the coaching system. And
it's deeper than,
like, I don't think that offense and where they style of play was good. I think it was underutilized. As much as James Harden put up crazy numbers, I still don't think it was utilizing him best for him to be the most dominant athlete he can be. Like, it just made him so one-dimensional. Like, when he's a dude, you can bring off screens, you can bring off pick and rolls, he can play off ball. Like, he can do so many things, and you're only letting him do one or two different things. And then, they fall in love with the three. I just didn't think the coach Dan Antoni made good adjustments, and I don't think it was Houston, because they should have beat the Warriors that one year, but I don't think it's even. The problem takes place is when I think James Harden fell in love with that style of play because of Dan Antoni. I think it's like a double-edged sword. Like, I think they kind of ruined his game a little bit, but I don't think he can. I think James Harden, you put him on another team with the right people, he'll make the adjustments. I don't know. I think people over-exaggerated. Like, I think any NBA player is capable of being like, yo, I can change my game a little bit because they're that skillful. So that's why people are like, oh, James Harden go to Brooklyn, how him and Kyrie. I'm like, listen, he's talking about professional athletes with people that actually enjoy. Like, I just believe the best basketball players find a way to make it work. I don't care what way you played or how you played for this many years. Like, you talking about these dudes playing basketball together, like, they would make it work.
Right, like niggas hoop.
Yeah, niggas is hoop. Like, what do y'all make overcomplicated for? Like, it's basketball. Like,
that's just like whenever everybody, all these stars get together for the USA team.
Right.
If
it's like
them or normal team, y'all gonna sit here and say like, oh, they can't do this. They make it work over there. So
then the competition ain't like the competition trash in overseas these days. Like, that's just how illogical people think, though. People don't put those things together. I'm like, bro, you sound stupid. I don't know. That's why I can't talk basketball with everybody anymore. It'll just be times they say stuff in the group chat and I'm just like I'm not saying anything. I just keep quiet. I don't say nothing. I was like, I can't even look at basketball how y'all look at it. People want basketball to be the WWE so bad. Like, they're so drama filled with I'm like, yo, it's still just hoop at the end of the day.
Right, like, it's not that difficult.
People wild, man. But yeah. But all right, we're gonna close this thing out. Bree, I gotta go pick up Grayson here in a second.
Grayson.
Young God. So that cat's getting so big, man. But we definitely gonna try to make it up there this year so we could come kick it with y'all. And let him get some of his auntie time. Hey girl, look at your cute self. Yeah.
Get off my laptop.
But yeah, I appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for coming rocking with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Like I said, open invite, and I'll holler at you soon, dog.
All right, we about to go take a nap.
Some bitches get money, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I'm so sick of that.
All right, I'll holler at you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.